I can't make any trades. I can't pick up anybody at the wire. This is who it is. So what we've done, all right, how do we make this work? And that's all I've been thinking about. That's what I've been doing all season. And now we got 2 games left. We're going to be in dogfights both games.
This is the Morning Rush.
This is our day, Fat Man's Day, Fat Tuesday. Eat as much as you want, no regrets, don't look back, and just plow through some food later on today. Have you figured out, are you doing anything festive later on tonight? It's 9 o'clock. I've got a nap I've timed it out to do it at 4 o'clock. Hopefully sleep to about 7, and then wake up.
They have this thing on your phone called an alarm that
I should wake up.
We'll create a sound at whatever time you tell it to.
Should wake up. Now, the plan is to eat a decent amount after basketball.
Are you going to have crawfish? Etouffee? What are you going to have?
Something Cajun, something really. And honestly, I'll probably just cook a quesadilla at my house and call it square and say it's Cajun when it's really not. I'm not Catholic, so I don't have to participate in Lent and giving up.
Then you shouldn't participate in Lent.
No, you take the good stuff and you don't worry about the bad stuff in this situation when it comes to that. So
the American way.
The American way.
Give the good and none of the bad.
Exactly. So I know for some, today's the last time that you can partake in what you consider to be a vice.
So what would you give up? Because that's what Lent is about, right?
Pizza.
Something you would sacrifice for 40 days. Something, pizza would be your big sacrifice.
I could sacrifice pizza for a week and a half to get Arkansas in the tournament, and then I'd, start eating it again. If you said, Ty, Arkansas will be in the NCAA tournament if you don't eat pizza for 2 weeks, then I would make the decision to abstain from pizza for 2 weeks. But I don't think that's going to help the cause. We'll see what they do later on tonight in Nashville, Tennessee. Cal talking about it. Dogfight tonight, dogfight on Saturday against State, and then whoever you play on Wednesday, probably Oklahoma potentially.
All right, pin that thought of what you might be giving up. That might reappear in your Morning Rush Daily Question a little bit later on this hour. We're going to get to our Pradco Pyramid of Power in a few minutes on a Toad Strangler Tuesday. I guess it depends maybe on where you're at, but I know where we're at. It is a gully washer, a Toad Strangler. How else would we? It's raining cats and dogs. How else would we describe?
I've never heard of Toad Strangler. What's the origin of that?
Just something I've heard my whole life. I guess it's raining so fast the frogs are going around.
Drowns all the
I've heard cats and dogs, Bruce, but I haven't heard
gully washer.
Gully washer was what they used to do at Wild River Country in Little Rock, where they filled the water up behind a tube, and Brook Hill Summer Ranch kept, and you would go faster because there was water built up.
That's what's happening outside right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the road.
Massive amounts of rain currently falling across most of the area. Hey, if you're coming up, we're talking about baseball, and hopefully the rain is going to move out. Forecast says it's going to move out by early afternoon for baseball this afternoon here in Fayetteville. You need to make plans, whether it's for tonight or maybe for the Mississippi State game or later on this spring, to stay at the Inn at the Mill. They are at the Johnson exit 69 off I-49. The reason that's great is, it's great property, oversized rooms, great breakfast to start the day, all of those things. But you're conveniently located to everything you want to do. Crystal Bridges to the north, and the shopping and at the mall, to great restaurants, to being on campus in a few minutes. It's all nearby when you stay at the Inn at the Mill. 479-443-1800 is their number, 443-1800, or online at innatthemill.com.
All right, let me ask you something without either of you two getting offended. Would you like to be in New Orleans this weekend, or are you guys too past your prime?
I'm going tomorrow.
Are you?
My wife's there for a conference back-to-back days, so I'm going to watch the Pelicans play the Rockets and the Grizzlies.
Okay.
I might go watch Tulane play on Sunday. So, I mean, we're like 4 blocks from Bourbon Street.
Okay. I know, it's like, I like things that you guys don't like because we're different ages. Is that appealing to you, Tommy, to go to? I'm trying to be polite about it in the best way, shape, or form.
No, I have not been to New Orleans during Mardi Gras. I would like to do a weekend there, or a few days, maybe midweek would be better to avoid crowds. But no, I mean, if you said, hey, we're gonna leave, hey, my schedule's clear and I can go, and we're leaving for New Orleans right now. Let's go.
You'd go. I see. I usually go to St. Louis this time of year,
Don't
but
threaten me with a good time.
it didn't work out. I know some like the crowd, some don't, so I was just kind of curious on that. All right, before we get into our Pradco Pyramid of Power, an announcement was made publicly. People kind of wondered about it around the Super Bowl because there was this montage dedicated to Jimmy Johnson, and people just kind of assumed this was going to happen. Well, he retired officially yesterday, and that is our opening drive.
Probably the most fun I've ever had in my career. That's counting Super Bowls and national championships was at Fox Sports. I have an absolute ball with my friends on the set. Best friends I've ever had there with Fox. But I've made an extremely difficult decision. I've been thinking about it for the last 4 or 5 years, and I've decided to retire from Fox. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss all the guys, and I'll see them occasionally. It has been a great run starting back 31 years ago.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
It's a 1964 national champion of Miami, 2 Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys, but I didn't realize he'd been there that long. 31 years.
He stepped away when he went back into coaching with Miami. But, yeah, he's been essentially there. I mean, he was there from day one and essentially, has been one of the heart and souls. I mean, you think about the stability of that Fox studio show. There hadn't been a lot of change with Terry Bradshaw and Howie Long and Jimmy Johnson. Now they brought in some new pieces, and they got to figure it out. But, best of my knowledge, Jimmy still flies cross-country most weeks to do that show from Miami to L.A., and that has its, even on private aircraft, I don't know how he travels, but I'm going to assume it's probably not, commercial. That still has its wear and tear on
I'm
you.
going to assume at his age, it's the wear and tear, and he's missing too much fishing time. He loves fishing.
Does he love fishing?
That's why he lives. That's why he loves Miami.
That's why he lives in the Keys.
I like I didn't like COVID itself, and when that was obviously going on, but remember during that period, they would satellite him in, and he was always just in a Hawaiian shirt. The other guys in suits, and Coach Johnson's just in a Hawaiian shirt, still in, I guess, his home on Miami, which I thought was pretty funny.
Well, and it's I think we don't realize how much work that is. I mean, there is pressure to stay. You think, well, just you just know all these things. Well, no, there's tons of reading. There's tons of watching video. There is a ton of prep work to do what he does. And at 81 years old, do you want to keep matching that grind? I mean, at some point, you want to enjoy the years you have left.
We're going to get a chance to talk with Coach Nutt on either Thursday or Friday at the Great American Conference at Fort Smith Southside, and that's one of the reasons he cited. Well, one of the reasons I should say he cited of stepping away from the studio desk at CBS Sports was to spend time with the grandkids. So I know whether it's that, I'm assuming, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm assuming that Jimmy Johnson has some grandkids and some family that he'd like to spend time with in addition to fishing, and probably golf and everything else. But it is, you mentioned the dynamic of being as long as they've been with Bradshaw and Long, and Michael Strahan's been the most recent addition. Kurt Menefee does a fantastic job, kind of like Ernie Johnson, kind of orchestrating those wild characters at times, but it is going to be different not seeing the former Razorback, so I just thought that was an interesting thing that Jimmy Johnson, after 31 years with Fox, is done.
You missed the best show. CBS had the NFL Today with Brent Musburger, Irv Cross, Phyllis George, Jimmy the Greek. That was the forerunner to everything that's on today, and that was the 30 minutes you did not miss on Sunday.
And Jimmy's, help me on this, he was the better, the gambler, got into debt, and then I think said something racist, didn't he? And that kind of kicked him off on
he
air.
said some things he shouldn't have said.
Yeah, that's on that, because and Musburger's deal, as great as he is, apparently he would get in the crosshairs at times with management because he had a bit of an ego back in the day. Which he was, listen, in person, nicest guy as can be. He still has that, as short of a guy as he is, he has that commanding voice. But studio shows, they take time to build up chemistry and whatnot, and these guys definitely had it. So that is your opening drive here this morning. Going to get into our Pradco Pyramid Power coming up in just a sec. Our opening drive always brought to you by Ethan Adamson and his team at First Financial Mortgage. Him, Bree, their entire team can help you out with any mortgage question you have. Ethan helped me. He's been doing it for over 13 years at First Financial Mortgage, and they have nearly a century of mortgage experience at First Financial. They have over 300 5-star reviews. They have a 5 out of 5 on Google. Give him a call at 479-782-9300 or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. So since I knew you were going to be in studio today, I wanted to give you this gift of sorts. I want to make sure I can find it.
Ziegler gets the ball to Meshack. Meshack's going to take it. 2 seconds. Meshack, 1 second. Launches the three-point shot. Good! At the buzzer. Meshack wins it for Tennessee. With 8 seconds to go, Tennessee brings it up the floor. And Jemai Meshack hits the biggest three-point shot in his career.
It's a gift for you. I know.
Bob Kessling right there.
Yeah, and he's going
One of the best.
He's going to retire at the end of this basketball postseason.
Yes.
As nice a human being. He gave me about 45 minutes when I was a senior in college. Just a really nice guy. But that was
Me and
one.
Watkins sat next to him in the press box at the baseball tournament one year for a couple hours, and he was getting ready for he was doing the network TV broadcast at that time, still helping with that, and superhuman being. Absolutely.
Yeah, he was doing women's basketball with Pat Summitt.
Oh, yeah.
And during the heyday of
Cole and I, when Meshack was bringing the ball down the court, we're like, no.
Of all guys, like, why? Yeah, that's what I
When
would.
he made it, we kind of lost our minds.
And went nuts. But that eliminated Alabama from a share of the regular season SEC title, which they'll take on Auburn this weekend on the road. But Auburn locks it up. Feinbaum said yesterday he thinks Bruce Pearl belongs in the Mount Rushmore Hall of Fame in Auburn. Your thoughts on that? I just wanted to.
Don't know anything about basketball.
I just wanted to see your face when I said that. But Auburn. I mean, there's no reason they're not going to be number one. Janai Broome deserves Coach of the Year, but I think my question would be, who's the Coach of the Year in the SEC? Is it you just give it to Pearl because they've been
I
as
think it was
dominant?
Gates. They were 0-16.
See, that's what I think,
10-6. I mean, everybody knew Pearl was going to be good. They had a top 5 team coming into the season. Yeah, they're number one. They're going to lose one game, but look at what Gates did compared to what Pearl did.
I think there's an argument for the coach you're going up against tonight and Mark Byington, who they were picked dead last in the league, and now they're pretty much a surefire NCAA tournament team. I think that's the only argument if outside of Pearl and Dennis Gates. Because, I mean, this guy tonight, whatever they're drinking in James Madison, you think about help me on the Indiana football coach. Well, I'm not blanking on his name. That just had an awesome. Yeah, Kirk Cignetti. He's a James Madison guy.
Because they hold up the cigarette boxes. That's how I remember that.
Then they plug Byington from, I guess, JMU, and they have a really good year. So whatever the water is at JMU, evidently they can go from that division to the Power 5 level, Power 6 in college basketball, and it's working. But
You know where JMU is?
New York?
Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Yeah, St. Luke, James Madison.
Okay.
Hello.
No clue. No clue on that. I don't know. I know big colleges. I don't know where any of the small colleges are. Like, if you tell me where a big college, if you say
If I just said, where is James Madison University?
He said New York.
Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe. I know the president, but I don't know the city until you just said it and everything. Thunder got a big win last night.
It was awesome.
They beat Thunder 50 wins, 50 burgers.
SGA 50.
Yeah, 50 burger. Isaiah didn't play last night.
Fourth time since January 22nd. 50 points.
Going on
Fourth.
I'm going on Friday.
The NBA has 2 in that time.
Yeah, just a little comparison.
Is that immaculate?
It is immaculate. It is immaculate. It is
Bringing up
immaculate.
yesterday's word today, immaculate.
As long as we don't screw it up and don't win the championship this year, which they've never won a championship. I guess you go back to the Supersonics, you could say that the franchise technically did, but this franchise hasn't.
Ty, you have an important question from BE in Clarksville.
Where's UALR? Little Rock. If I didn't know that in my own town, that's pretty bad. All right, it is 9:14 here on the Morning Rush. Time to get into Tommy and Bruce picks for the week on the Pradco Pyramid of Power 1 through 6.
Who are the best basketball teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think we're going to go 6 for 6 matching today.
Why?
Because I think some of I just think it's that obvious right now. We'll see if
I'm a homer.
what I think
I'm
is
a homer. You got to remember that.
We'll see if what I think is obvious is the same as you. Auburn number 1. I don't think that's even a discussion.
Nope.
15-1, 27-2 on the year. I wonder though is their number going to be up at some point in the tournament? Can they keep this roll going? I would bet against Auburn winning the national title at this point. And they're going to have the best season of any team in the country, hands down, bar none. Mm-hmm. But if you said is Auburn of the field, Auburn, or give me any other SEC team, maybe.
I would take Florida to win the national championship overall.
I got Auburn 1. I assume you do as well. I just don't think there's much of a discussion. I got Florida at number 2 this week, 12-4 in the league. Big wins last week, and I look at their schedule ahead. They've got Alabama coming up tomorrow night in the ESPN2 game.
They play at midnight.
And Ole Miss. Yeah,
They play after Arkansas.
9 o'clock.
Brutal. So I got Florida number 2.
I got Florida number 2. They're going to have a tough week with Alabama. They do host Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. I think they'll split this week.
All right. I got the Tennessee Volunteers at number 3 after the half court shot. Is it half court, 3-quarter?
35 feet.
Not quite half court, but Tennessee, after beating Alabama, moves up to number 3 this week in the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Vols have won 4 in a row. They're peaking at the right time. They got Ole Miss and South Carolina, but beware South Carolina, apparently.
Yeah. Alabama falls to number 4. They're ranked 7th in the country. And when you look at that, Auburn's 1, Tennessee's 4, Florida's 5 right now. So, it kind of makes sense for Alabama to fall in there. But after the loss to Tennessee, I see no way you can put Tennessee behind Alabama. So, Alabama falls in at number 4.
What a way to close the season. Number 4, Tennessee on the road. Number 5, Florida at home. Number 1, Auburn on the road. That's brutal. I don't feel sorry for them.
All right, so we match 1, 2, 3, 4. Auburn, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama. Let's go for number 5. I got Missouri at number 5 in the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Yes, they beat South Carolina by 30. Mm-hmm. Then they lost at Vanderbilt in overtime. They closed at OU and hosted Kentucky. But what a turnaround.
Yeah. And number 6, you could go a couple of different ways, but I think A&M's the obvious choice right now.
I know where you're at, Vandy.
I'm going Vandy. A&M's lost 3 in a row. I can't go with them right now. Vandy's 20-9, 8-8. They beat A&M.
Almost did it.
And Missouri last week. Yeah, they won 3 in a row. They beat 2 ranked teams last week.
But
including A&M.
A&M's lost to Florida. Was it Florida on Saturday?
By 19.
No, Auburn. No, they play Auburn coming up. They lost to Florida. They play Auburn coming up. But it was 19 points. But I just think right now A&M is still better. A&M better.
Vandy just beat them.
Yeah, well,
I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
I think you might.
97-93.
I would have to favor Bruce on that one. I thought you were going to have the same one. I thought you were going to say Vandy in the last one. You said A&M. So,
right. Well, we go 5 for 6. So,
I would say, yeah. That's the only critique I have. Auburn's clearly been not just the best team in the SEC, but in college basketball.
What's your over/under on what percentage of the Arkansas fan base is going to watch the Vanderbilt-Arkansas game? Which starts
I think so.
20%.
No, here's the thing. People love to complain and say, I'll complain about it because I'm going to have to take it. I hate taking naps, but I won't be able to stay up unless I take one. But in reality, you'll still follow. You'll still watch it. People say they don't follow. You have pessimistic Tennessee friends and Arkansas friends, just as I do.
Oh, right,
and they say, y'all's team, ours team, not so much. But they say, well, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Blah blah blah. And then they end up watching or listening anyway. That's just a way to showcase their frustrations out there. And I don't blame people being frustrated. You thought this should have been a surefire NCAA tournament team. It's not. But I don't. Yeah, I think the majority of the fan base is going to still watch and listen to this game.
I asked YN before she drove to Fayetteville this morning, where she teaches. I said, "Are you going to stay up and watch this game? Because we're leaving at 5 in the morning, driving to New Orleans." She's staying up and watching it. She says.
She's really fan.
Staying up now, watching the beginning of the game and watching the end of the game are two different questions. So, how does Arkansas have to be in the lead? Where do you need to be at halftime to say, all right, I'm committed to all 40 minutes of this game?
What will happen to the workforce tomorrow if we get a double overtime game?
It'll be like the post.
I'm glad I'm not doing morning ball anymore. So, I'll be here at 8:59.
Will Chuck just go straight to the radio station?
Because not only he's got to fly back, and then drive home, from the airport. So rough.
He will not be doing the show tomorrow. Yeah. And I think about that. I think about my mind and my alarm at 4:15, and then I think about what he's having to go through getting back after 2. Maybe
if you win, there's not a lot of sleep on that plane. I don't imagine.
No, that will be a loud, raucous plane. All right, that is your Pradco Pyramid of Power. Only one difference of the 6 teams between Tommy and Bruce on that.
Probably more right. But
You were, I would agree with that. You were commenting on my outfit. I'm going to be honest, when I pull up the weather app, I did see it was raining, and I saw it was 60 degrees. I have a rain jacket in the other room, but when I get here, it's like our room's always 72, which is fine. It's perfect. I just take my jackets off every time I get in studio. So I promise I did prepare, because it sounds like it's a monsoon outside right now.
It was when I came in.
All these windows are shut, so I hear it, but I don't actually know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a big game for Vandy tonight, and I don't think we've said this yet, but in that tie for 8-8 and tied for 8th in the league, I mean, they're going to be scoreboard watching to see what Kentucky's or has done, what state's going on. It's a big game for Vanderbilt tonight to try to get out of that first day of play in the SEC tournament.
So you don't want to do that, and you really don't want to be an 8 or 9 seed in the NCAA tournament. You don't want to have to play a number 1 seed right after you win your first game if you win.
By the way, I did see the news, unfortunately, for Kentucky. Jackson Robinson wrist surgery out for the year, so that's going to impact them the rest. They've had to deal with a lot of injuries this year.
Like for his career, did he play 4 years at BYU?
Arkansas, A&M, BYU. Here, I think that's the order.
All right, Rain's going to quit just after lunch today, Bruce. What do you go work the banks? What do we do this afternoon?
Well, the fish are coming up shallow. It's been warm the last week. Caught a lot of fish on Broken Bow last week using a War Eagle 1/8 ounce jig head and a 6-inch Yum Thumping Dinger and June Bug. Fish are on Main River and Main Lake points, and they're really starting to come up on your secondary breaks. Most of the fish I caught last week were 2 to 5 feet. So find that muddy water. It warms up faster and work shallow.
All right, go to lurenet.com for everything made by Pradco right here in Arkansas. That's lurenet.com. All orders over $35 get free shipping in the U.S.
Y'all are talking about line camping going to Eugene, Oregon. Who wants to live in a tree house in the rain all the time?
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by 2 of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
First happened in June of 1889. I think I was 4. This is The Morning Rush.
Hey, Ty Richardson at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue. And Cricket, we always talk about specials. You know, Thursday is my personal favorite night. We're here every Thursday. Bucket special, hard to beat.
You gotta love the bucket special. I mean, you come in, you can get 5 domestic bottles in a bucket for $15, and then you get to hang out at Papa's. It's a great deal.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Cricket, what do you think about Papa's Pub and Pizzeria?
I think it's the best darn pizza in Fort Smith and perhaps the world.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. This is the best time of year to save on a great selection of road-ready certified used cars with warranty. Plus, act now and take advantage of $1,000 cash your way on select inventory for even more savings. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for fun-free contests and money-saving specials. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources in the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Like me.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch & Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at GreatAmericanConference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Call the Hogs in 2025. You can renew your football season tickets today and be there for marquee matchups inside Razorback Stadium.
Sam Pittman heads toward midfield, and Arkansas wins the football game.
This year, the Hogs face off against Texas A&M, Auburn, and for the very first time, a matchup with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You can renew your tickets through the March 31st deadline. For more information about Razorback football tickets, just visit ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Taco Bell's new caliente sauce made with red jalapenos is the spicy side of Cantina chicken. But does that mean everything has a spicy side? Like your cactus plant. It's like your other plants, but spicy. Or your coworker who says they hate everyone who works here, but you work here. Or when you say, I don't mean to be rude, but you do mean to be rude. But now you can feed your spicy side with Caliente Cantina Chicken from Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
When you go 0 for 17, shouldn't win a game. Someone got to make a shot. You're 0 for 17, you're not going to be in a good game. I told them 8 games like we played, you were due for a dud. It was a dud. Move on.
Who's going to make a shot tonight for this Arkansas basketball team? 9 o'clock start, 8:30 pregame show with Chuck and Z courtside at Memorial Gymnasium. Tommy, you at least got it right that Carter Knox was going to be the high scorer for this team, unfortunately.
Wasn't high enough, was it?
Just 11 points for Arkansas this last
You only needed 40 more.
Yeah. I text 2 of my Vanderbilt buddies. So I was like, "Hey, big game tonight," and they didn't even know that Arkansas was playing in Vanderbilt. That shows the sports fandom for Vanderbilt. But I'll say this: like Vanderbilt's typically the laughing stock of the SEC when it comes to the athletics portion of football and basketball, not so much baseball. And I hesitate to fully embrace the basketball because they've had some good teams over Stallings and others. But think about their football team under Clark Lee, what they were able to do this year, beating Alabama. And then their basketball team, by the way, they rushed the court. Have you seen this? They legitimately rushed the court after any win whatsoever.
Now, are they the one, they're doing the delayed rush where the teams get to
I think that was Georgia that did that the other day. But
which might be our long-term solution on this rushing business.
typically, again,
storming court business.
Vanderbilt is made fun of constantly for their lack of athletics achievements.
But you think about it, Ty, who is really more poised to make the biggest jump in an NIL era?
It's Vandy.
Why?
Because they're endowment, they're rich alumni, and everything else. So
I mean, if anyone's kind of got a prime field to harvest, donation, how do you motivate those people that? And maybe the motivation is, hey, we stunk the whole time you were here for 7 years of medical school. For your undergrad and your law degree, we stunk. So now you can help us, with your donation, be proud of Vanderbilt. And for a lot of their alumni, given 25, 50, or 100,000, something they're capable of doing and maybe motivated to do. I don't know. I'm very 10,000 feet view on this, but that to me seems like Vanderbilt is poised. I'm not saying to take over the SEC. I'm just saying to make the biggest relative jump of any school in this league, from the bottom to perhaps a steady middle of this league, other than baseball, based on where they can mine for gold.
Well, they had the loophole for years with the 11.7 with Corbin's bunch in baseball. There was like a workaround with the scholarships and the academic, and I don't know the intricacies of everything there, but that program has shown they can have success, even though their baseball field is right next to a P.F. Chang's, which we always make fun of. If you've ever been to Nashville, they're like all their athletics facilities are, no joke, right next to a P.F. Chang's that
it's kind of built into the school. It's next to their football school.
Yes, it's
baseball's kind of tucked around the corner. They're landlocked.
Mm-hmm.
They're an urban school that's got no room for any sprawl. Any movement
whatsoever. Hey, forgot to mention this yesterday. We talked about the women winning the indoor SEC championships. Men came in second. Jordan Anthony, Arkansas football player, won the 60 meters at the SEC indoor championships. I know after some people saw Isaac Tesla run a 4.44, people were like, why didn't we throw him the ball more this year? Well, maybe Jordan will get some more passes and get more utilized in the offense this upcoming season. There are going to be a lot of, think about Tesla and Armstrong. I don't remember if Broden's back or not. I don't think he is. I think he's exhausted his eligibility. But we talk about the new faces we see in baseball. There's going to be a lot of new faces you got to learn at the wide receiver core this upcoming year.
I like the fact that you're talking about someone with track speed. We've clamored for a while that, hey, we need more Richard Smith type guys that could do both. That could be a factor in a powerhouse track program. So yeah, when you say that, I get excited.
All right, that is your hog update here on this Tuesday morning. I hesitate to say beautiful because it is very much raining across.
It's a little dry. A little rain won't hurt.
Now, and that is brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
That's the optimistic view you got to take. It's like if it rains and it's ugly outside, it's like, well, it's been dry for a while, so we need some of it. Speaking of optimistic, our friend David Rath with Rath Mitsubishi, always optimistic when you're rolling with Rath. David, I've seen a lot of people lately with Rath Mitsubishi. They've been excited about their pre-owned vehicles. Linda got a new Silverado. Steven got a new Mirage. I know you're always willing to help people on not just the Outlanders and all the other Mitsubishis, but your pre-owned selection is always a great option as well.
Yeah, the pre-owned thing, I've kind of tell people this a lot, but that's what we built our house on. This store, the Mitsubishi store, was just like the one in Fort Smith. It was an independent pre-owned. It was a Rath Auto Resources location. And we haven't changed our stripes on that. Both stores do the same thing. We both do that Road Ready Certified pre-owned program. So full inspection, clean bill of health, and we backed up with a comprehensive warranty. So, you got peace of mind. You don't have to worry about buying the last guy's problems.
And that's on a pre-owned vehicle. That's not on a new. That's a pre-owned vehicle. That's seldom heard around here.
Yeah, that's on our pre-owned. We care an awful lot about putting a good product out there. Both stores have to kind of hang our hat on that. And before we had a franchise, all you had was, okay, well, what's the quality of the product you're selling? You didn't have a factory badge that you were putting on. So the pre-owned thing really matters to us. We care a lot about that quality.
That's why people are always excited when they leave the lot. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, and then stop by and see David at Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And I promise you cannot stump him on a pop culture question, especially if it relates to Back to the Future. If you don't believe me, he literally has the skateboard in his office hanging up. I promise you won't be able to stop it. All right, David, we'll catch up soon, okay?
Appreciate you, man.
All right, again, that's David Rath of Rath Mitsubishi. Morning Rush Daily question coming up. Is it Fat Tuesday related? Lent related?
Yeah, I'm
made reference to it earlier.
Hey, if you want to call or text the program, you can do that now. You can also get the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something crunchy, chewy, delicious, they've got it all. Saucy as well. The Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
Laura needs to get a tune-up, it sounds like, then.
Well, I'm all for that. I don't know what that includes, but I'm for it. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by two of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Looking for a way to get your favorite blowers from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
I told my wife, I'm sorry I'm putting you through this.
This is The Morning Rush. The Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. This is the best time of year to save on a great selection of road-ready certified used cars with warranty. Plus, act now and take advantage of $1,000 cash your way on select inventory for even more savings. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for fun-free contests and money-saving specials. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources in the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC. Battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at GreatAmericanConference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountain Berg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, Fat Tuesday. It's raining. Good day for comfort food. Load up, get that belly full before you give up the, whatever you're willing to kind of sacrifice and stay away from for the next 40 days till.
You gonna be Catholic today and not Catholic tomorrow?
I've never been Catholic, so no, I'm not Catholic today, and I won't be tomorrow. But I know, even some of my Protestant friends that still, will find something, and it's a challenge to themselves and participate in this. So, what's the item? Would it be alcohol? Would it be tobacco? Would it be
bakery cigs?
You said pizza. Okay, I know someone that gave up fried foods for 40 days a few years ago. What sacrifice would you be willing to put on the table for the next 40 days? And let's just say if you could complete it, the Hogs would make the College World Series.
Putting that pressure on. I mean, as much pizza, I'm just going to be honest, like, I've got weddings coming up, so I couldn't do the alcohol. Like, I'm not going to be, sober weddings suck, so I'm not going to do that. So I'll sacrifice
maybe
pizza.
That's your sacrifice, is weddings.
And people still invite you to this, even though you say that you can't go to their weddings and be yourself. You have to be drunk.
Not tipsy is at least. I would say, maybe weddings. Maybe I give up
weddings.
I got 2 in the next 2 months, so maybe that would be the sacrifice that we need to make in that setup. That's you kind of cut
weddings.
Cut right to the point.
What would be difficult? Because it needs to be something that's a little difficult for you, right?
Well, of lifelong friends, yeah, that is difficult. Not seeing them, they count on you to be there in their big
They're
moment.
not all lifelong friends that you go to these weddings.
Even though a part of it is a part of my job responsibilities, I do spend an inordinate and a terrible amount of time just swiping and swiping and swiping and swiping on my TikTok feed and watching when I should be doing other things, more productive.
Don't say Tinder as a married man.
No, TikTok. And so I need to just, find that, take that outlet and put it towards something more productive. I can probably give that up.
Okay.
That's not quite as,
I'm like that with Instagram Reels.
It's not quite as brave as pizza, or weddings, but I can do
What
the
if you
best.
give up bourbon? Or do you have to go the whole way and give up vodka, bourbon, beer, all of it?
I mean, giving up bourbon and vodka would be pretty easy.
I think giving up golf for 40 days would be asking too much.
When the weather turns good.
Yeah, that's not right.
You want to read that?
Nope, I don't. Oh, that wouldn't be hard for you.
No, Scott, how did I know that? So I texted like that. I was going to volunteer myself and sacrifice that portion that many of us enjoy, many married people enjoy, but
golf would be the hardest thing
for that from you.
I'm moving the conversation along. Golf would be the hardest thing for me to give up for 40 days, probably. But, I mean, anymore, you can't give up the internet. You can't give up using your phone. You're not going to give up watching TV.
That's part of our job
I guess I could give up Doritos. That'd be hard. You think about something that's challenging.
Doritos used to have the best commercials, and they have been falling off. I mean, the Super Bowl
People
commercial.
don't watch TV anymore.
But on the Super Bowl, I'm more talking about the Super Bowl. Doritos used to have the best Super Bowl commercial. The Crystal Ball Super Bowl Doritos commercial is still to this day my favorite Super Bowl commercial of all time. That or the Pepsi one with the scantily clad women everywhere.
So text us what you would give up on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Ben Fayetteville says he's going to give up making excuses for the Razorback. I know that gets old, and I know sometimes that myself or Tommy or anyone else on this radio station feels like that. There's what's the phrase you like to use? There's reasons and there's excuses. Like if they lose this game tonight, it's because your best player's out. That's not an excuse. That's a reason. Now, the reason for the excuse is the fact that Cal decided, hey, we're just going to play with 9 guys this year, which in hindsight, despite what some will tell you, was a terrible decision.
Well, but it's an irrevocable mistake. You can't go back. As he said, was it following the game? I can't go get I can't go get a trade right now. I can't go to the portal now.
Yeah.
We're undermanned. Doing boogie out. No one wants to hear that, but it makes it so we cannot have 3 out of our 7 play poorly.
Mush used to do the same thing. He always cracked me up. It's like, hey, we're not going to make excuses, but, and then he would,
Well, there's excuses and there's reasons. So.
B in Clarksville says, anyone given up on going to San Antonio for the Final Four yet? I think I think that might have ended in Columbia, South Carolina, and prior to that, honestly, during the first part of SEC play. What are you giving up for Lent that starts tomorrow? You can call or text us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. Tommy,
give up Coke Zero for 40 days? Could you do that?
I don't really.
Could not do caffeine.
That's
no
caffeine. I drink my 2 normal Cokes on Thursdays, and I'll drink Coke Zero next week in Nashville. But I don't buy Coke Zero. You buy it, right?
Oh, we buy it by the pallet. Yeah.
That's smart way to go. It does taste better. You're right on 2 things in life: chicken thighs and Coke Zeros. Best part of the chicken. Best Coca-Cola. Only 2 things I'll give you credit for. He's given me some better advice, but those are the 2 things that stand out. Hey, speaking of advice, if you haven't been by Kart Pass Social, you need to go check it out. You don't have to be a golf fan; just a fun time to hang out with your friends or family. Their 2-man spring league just started. I know Christian and Nate really excited about that. First ever Masters Invitational coming up. Tommy, I know this is something you like to participate in. You play at Kart Pass Social and Augusta National every single week, 4 straight weeks. And then after the 4th week, you're going to get crowned, if you win, the very first Masters champion. 25 spots available. Check it out at kartpasssocial.com. Kart Pass Social, if you're not giving up beer or alcohol for late, it's BYOB, so take advantage of that. 122 Grant Place in Lowell, 479-487-3622. Talk to Nate, talk to Christian, talk to their entire team at Kart Path Social.
Who's doing the hog reaction tonight?
That would be Christian and Derek that got volunteer. I know Derek. I've never seen Derek Ruskin more excited than he was for tonight's action, which will probably get going about midnight tonight for hog reaction.
Yeah, because the game's going to get over about 11:15. If it goes regulation, it'll be about 12. We'll say the show will be over by 12:45 tonight. So if you're up late, have that hit that line now. App powered by Taco Bell, and you can listen in as you wind down for the game. Hopefully, it's an exciting win. Hog Reaction brought to you tonight by the Stadium Shop. I know some of you will be going to the ballpark today to watch the Razorbacks at UL Monroe. 3:00 today, 3:00 tomorrow for that. As the Hogs have a midweek stand, part of a long home series right now. Stop in at the Stadium Shop. Robert Mann's got everything you need: hats, T-shirts, heavier wear for the cooler days. I'm sure there's Razorback ponchos in there for a rainy day like today. Everything you need is at the Stadium Shop. One of our presenting sponsors tonight for Hog Reaction.
I don't know if you're going to be able to do it this weekend. Let's see, Sunday it's 55. Probably not this weekend, but Robert's a big fan of Hawaiian Sundays at the ballpark at Baumwalker Stadium. He's got a ton of Tommy Bahama things. So if you want a Razorback Hawaiian shirt and you want it to be awesome, go by, see him, Elizabeth.
I've got one of those Tommy Bahama button-down Hawaiians, and
I do too.
I've got to get that pressed and ready to take to Hawaii later this month.
I'm going to be honest. My dad. This is still like the age gap thing and not heeding your parents' advice. But there are certain shirts you should obviously dry clean, like not just the wedding stuff, but other really nice shirts. I just throw everything in the cold wash, including the Hawaiian shirt. and just hope it comes out okay.
But how do you get you iron it, or how do you make it look
just put it up on the hanger.
Well, how do you make it look presentable, though? Because I have washed mine at home, but you still got to iron it or steam it or something.
I just spilled coffee all over myself. I typically don't look presentable.
That's not a silk Hawaiian, Tommy Bahama Hawaiian there.
No, but what the point I was trying to make is rarely do I ever look presentable at any. Like you were shocked a week or so ago when I actually looked presentable in a public
Well,
setting.
you're capable, so why don't you do it more often?
Because I found in life is the best way to go about things. First off, ignorance is bliss. It's always fun when you can learn things on the fly rather than just knowing them. That's just a fact. Second is when you have such low expectations from your peers, family members, and friends, then when you exceed them, it's like, whoa, little Ty gets a golden star. So that's how you have to look at that. We got a text in here. Let's see, David in Jonesboro. Is there anyone on the bench that could eat any minutes? Let me tell you about the young man, Jaden. I got his name, his pronunciation off ArkansasRazorbacks.com. Karu Letois.
Yeah, perfect.
6'5", freshman from Sun Valley, California, Village Christian High School. Got almost 2 minutes in this last game. Tommy, do we see him tonight in Memorial Gymnasium as the 8th man off the bench for this Arkansas team? Apparently Cal's just like, oh, shoot
out trouble. I mean, at some point there will be a name we haven't become familiar with yet. Haven't had a lot of minutes. And I'm going to say that Chuck will probably announce it more fluidly than you just did. I thought that was pretty flawless. That will emerge for a few minutes. I don't see anyone off that bench getting more than a handful of minutes, maybe to give someone a break. I think one thing Cal and his staff are trying to do with the players that need a rest or just need to get you put them in a few minutes ahead of the media timeout that comes at a 16, 12, 8, or 4, and that way the actual minutes of rest is a little bit longer. So, yeah, I could see someone coming in at, say, 13:45, play a minute 45, go to the media, and then, whoever you've spelled gets an actual 5 or 6 minutes over there.
Chuck was in a good mood this morning, so when he gets patched in, he's in Nashville, and he's kind of, I don't know if bubbly is the right word, or talking. I don't know if that lends me to believe that something good could happen tonight because Chuck's in a good mood or what. But I didn't notice that. Usually
say it as though it's rare.
Well, he usually just doesn't say anything before, but he was just kind of rhyming along to the commercials and going back and forth, and I just thought that kind of stood out to me this morning. Memorial Magic. Hopefully we don't see any of that tonight. Vanderbilt again hit that last-second shot to tie Missouri this past weekend, send that game to OT, and ended up getting a big victory. Only 2 losses at home all season to SEC competition. Auburn Tigers, #1 team in college basketball, and then Mississippi State, which I believe was their first game this season. So Byington again's done a great job. Third straight game without a Due Theroux. Officially last night, the SEC report has been listed as out. So you will not see him tonight.
All right, so get ready. Tonight's game, 8 o'clock. If you're looking for a place to watch it, Joe's Grill and Cantina will have the half-price apps and taps, plus it's Taco Tuesday today all day long at Joe's Grill and Cantina. You can enjoy those kind of on a wet, nasty day. It's going to be nice, though, this afternoon. Nicer. It'll ease up by this afternoon after it pushes through. So tonight, half-price apps and taps, dollar tacos all day long, Joe's Grill and Cantina on South 74th Street in Fort Smith. The Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. You can call or text us at 877-377-6963.
We roll on into hour number 2. Still a lot to get to. And Dave Van Horn kind of gave a preview of this game later on today as Arkansas baseball takes on Louisiana Monroe today. Tomorrow, I know it's raining right now in Fayetteville. Hopefully that rain will be gone and done with by the time this baseball game gets going at 3 o'clock. Hour 2 coming up next here on a dreary Tuesday.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by two of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. Hey, do y'all know what time it is? It's about 2:30.
Summertime.
It's that and a whole lot more.
And no matter what's happening, the Stadium Shop has what you need.
We have the best selection for showing off your Razorback spirit while on vacation, even Razorback swim trunks.
Graduations, anniversaries, birthdays, we have what you need for your event.
And we have what you need for that trip to Omaha. Even a new line of hard shell luggage.
Also, Omaha tees, flags, bases, loaded hats, and the boppers.
And you can get them here at the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium. Or you can check us online at those WWNs. Dad, let me do that before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, shoponrazorback.com.
And if you can't reach us there, call us at 479-STADIUM.
All from the only family, alumni-owned and operated Razorback store. South of the North Pole. Dad, please.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hawks.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace, or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Decisions aren't hard when no matter what you choose, you win. Like with Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 classic box with iconic favorites like a beefy 5-layer burrito, the $7 Supreme box with the chicken chalupa supreme and more. Or find new obsessions in the $9 Discovery box. Get yours at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, some strong to severe weather expected, some intense thunderstorms with large hail, damaging winds, heavy rain, and the potential for tornadoes. Temperatures today in the low to mid 60s. We'll see rain early tonight and snow as we head through the overnight. We drop down into the 30s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your morning.
ESPN 95.3.
I can't make any trades. I can't pick up anybody at the wire. This is who it is. So what we've done, all right, how do we make this work? And that's all I've been thinking about. You know, that's what I've been doing all season. And now we got 2 games left. We're going to be in dogfights both games.
This is the Morning Rush.
Well, hopefully it's a dogfight tonight, starting at 9 o'clock. It wasn't much of that on Saturday against the South Carolina Gamecocks. Team could bounce back tonight, see if they make it interesting. 9 o'clock, have you prepared for what you're going to do? Bruce was asking us earlier, it's like, what percentage of Arkansas fans will tune in for this game tonight? I tend to think that people complain and moan and do the other word that we like to use in this conversation. But, listen, I will too. 9 o'clock stinks. Like, I wish it wasn't this late, but I don't think it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it'll affect the watching and listening of Chuck and Z that much.
That's not the question. Is not how many people will listen here on the radio or watch on TV at 9 o'clock. How many people will still be watching, listening, and up at 10:30, 11 o'clock? And that's going to depend on how the game goes. So, 9 o'clock is not that late to start a game. I mean, we can do that. It's finishing the game.
Yeah, and
not start, it's finish.
So as we get going in this hour, Tom's not going to join us today. He's going through treatment stuff. If I remember him telling us last week correctly, I think Colton shared that during the break. So again, best wishes to Tom as he's fighting cancer right now, and our thoughts and prayers with him. I didn't watch this on Sunday night, but Adrian Brody, who's a great actor, is just getting torn to shreds for his 5-minute and I think 43-second acceptance speech. Did you catch any of that or see any of that?
Oscars?
Yes.
No.
So what is it acceptable? Like,
did you watch the Oscars?
No.
I watched the Oscars and I watched the speech.
What is an acceptable time when you get an award? Because I'm just seeing this.
It depends. If you're Jimmy V in that moment of life, and we mentioned Tom's battle with cancer. I mean, I think it depends on the kind. There's few exceptions to go past your allotted time. But I'm not an award show guy, so I mean,
the Hogsbees, the ESPYs,
don't care about any of that. The Oscars, the Tonys, the Grammys,
CMAs.
I'll watch some of the CMAs and that type of stuff because there's it's a concert.
Yeah,
get to see some music. But no, I mean, a lot of Hall of Fame deals and things you go to, banquets, they went to taped tributes because I went to one last fall and it just went on and on and on and on and on because they didn't do taped tributes. So, and it made the night like 3 hours when it should have been an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Under 5 seems like a number, but
you guys were giving me a hard time.
5 minutes and 40 seconds doesn't seem excessive, but there was a lot of people talking that night.
You guys were giving me a hard time about the weddings and me giving those up for Lent. What is the time a wedding should be, like in your opinion? I know there's Catholic weddings, obviously, and we're talking about Lent being in tomorrow and Fat Tuesday today. What is the appropriate amount of time?
20 minutes.
Okay.
I was going to say no longer than half an hour. That's kind of pushing it, and that's if you do like all the ceremonies to show how much you love each other, and all the stuff.
But
is that a given?
That's the sensible approach, you would think. It's like, why am I here?
Do we really need to share these jars of dirt together?
Laura and I, 21 years ago this month, went by and just tied the knot on the beach. That was our second marriages. But
is your wedding anniversary the same week as spring break, or is it after?
Before.
Oh, it's before.
17th.
Okay.
St. Patrick's Day.
Now that's a good day to line it up on.
No. But I think it's on a Monday this year.
Yeah, St. Patty's is on a Monday this year. It is. I'll help you on that.
It's a Monday.
Hopefully she's not listening.
She's not.
I was watching that 70s show.
Monday the 17th.
The clip of when a woman says she doesn't want a gift, regardless of the occasion, always get her a gift. Do you have something lined up for your anniversary?
Yeah, it's your competition that weekend.
No, like
Monday.
Yeah, from not a going out, but do you got a gift?
We're going to Hawaii.
Is that where your spring break is this year? That's gonna be fun.
The end of that week, we leave for Hawaii.
Giddy up!
But yeah, that weekend, the weekend that precedes our anniversary, will be at a.
He said the ceremony was
cheer competition.
In and out in 8 minutes.
Romantic.
And that's in Orlando.
No. This one's Oklahoma City.
Okay. Metropolitan. That's where I'll be on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder up. We're Thunder. We're something Thunder related.
Then April we get to go to Orlando.
There you go. You can
feel the excitement. Hey, I'm trying to get over the excitement. Oh, is it my turn to talk?
It's your turn to do a read.
We're brought to you by the Fence Man, 782-3936. The Fence Man will take care of you, and I'm going to tell you, they have put together a lot of top quality crews with the Fence Man, and they've each kind of got their own specialty. They have done a great job of really putting together teams that specialize in different things. You got one guy that's just a welder and takes care of custom gates, and they've even got laser cutters now that if you want to put an emblem or a logo or your family initial or something in a gate design, they can do those type of things for you. That would look great in front of your home. Maybe you're the person that's getting bids right now for the fencing job at your work or industrial or government complex that needs a new fence. And hey, it's in the budget. We need to get that job done by the end of second quarter. The Fence Man's the one that can handle all those and really understands. Done a lot of work at the air base and different places, so they understand the, for lack of a better phrase, the red tape and all the things that you got to go through to make those happen. They're accustomed to that. So if you're wanting to deal with a company that has the experience on large scale and smaller scale projects, this is the company to call. 782-3936 is their number. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
We got something called beef. B-E-E-F. This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner. What's again? Beef.
All right, so I saw this headline I'd like to share with you. Texas apparently is the home to the most cattle anywhere in the United States, and their lieutenant governor believes that they should rebrand the New York Strip to the Texas Strip. So in conjunction with the Arkansas Beef Council, I think we should start calling any New York Strip Arkansas the Arkansas Strip, since apparently people can do that.
There's a Kansas City Strip. There's the New York Strip. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I don't know where the term New York Strip started and how a Kansas City Strip.
New York has enough.
Yeah, it only makes sense. But Texas, while known for beef and cattle, brisket's kind of their number one thing there. I think.
Yeah, no, all in favor of that, though. The Arkansas Strip. Aye. Colton. Aye.
We're not. Aye. Really, honestly, if we were going to name something after our state, wouldn't it be poultry related? Wouldn't that make more sense? Wouldn't that be more on brand?
Can't disagree with you there. By the way,
rice, something rice related.
Rice related. Yeah. By the way, Arkansas apparently, according to
maybe instead of a Stevens special that has chicken and rice and cheese, maybe it should be the Arkansas special.
Down with that. I haven't seen Stevens special anywhere else.
Chicken, rice, cheese. Instead of Stephen, it's now the
Arkansas.
By the power vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, it is hereby renamed the Arkansas Special.
We just got a text. Let's see. This is from Doug in Mount Home. Apparently, Arkansas is plus 700 on the Bet Saracen app to win. Didn't that line start at 3.5, and now it's like all the way up to 6?
6 or 6.5.
So a lot of the betting public
let's hear Bet Saracen
is on
what, 700?
The Vanderbilt train in the setup later tonight.
7.5 right now.
That line
Arkansas is
points.
plus 7.5. I swear it was 3.5.
It was. We said it. Yeah.
And now I'm looking at it. Arkansas is plus 250 on the Bet Saracen app. So I don't know if 700's right.
We talked a little earlier in the first hour with Bruce, Dan, and Pradco Fishing, and the idea of like Coach of the Year, Bruce Pearl. Team's only lost one SEC game. You think about what Dennis Gates has done with Missouri after they went over in conference last year, but Mark Byington's up there as well. Here's what he had to say, the Vanderbilt head coach had to say about your team in this matchup tonight.
It's not any easier Tuesday night. It's a team coming in. It's got a bunch of guys that are future NBA players and, a great coach. And luckily we're at home, 9 o'clock game. That's not my favorite. I'm going to need extra coffee on Tuesday. But if the crowd's like that, that's going to give us energy, and it's the last time we play in this building. So I know we want to play well, and I know we want to keep going.
Even the coaches don't like it, which I thought was kind of funny. Their best player, Jason Edwards, guard, is averaging 17 points on the season, shooting 36% from three. They've got a lot of. This is very much a team-oriented basketball team, and he's done a great job there. Again, they were picked, if I remember correctly, dead last in the Southeastern Conference, and now they're middle of the pack. You said something important earlier. Not only do you want to not have to play next Wednesday night in Nashville, you want to get that bye to play on Thursday, but you also don't want to be in an 8-9 seed line. Nope. Vanderbilt's kind of they're very much in the tournament, but wins again right now. You don't want to lose to a team like Arkansas at home, which would not be a quad. It'd be a quad 2 loss for Vanderbilt, being that where Arkansas is at 47 in the net rankings.
And depending on how things fell, you've got A&M and Ole Miss at 9 and 7. Then at the number 8 seed line, or in the conference, in the standings, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, all 8 and 8, tied right there. So this is a big ball game for Vanderbilt from a seeding standpoint, because if you get some help ahead of you with A&M and Ole Miss, and you win, and maybe Kentucky and Mississippi State gets beat by Arkansas this week. I mean, Vandy's got a lot to play for. Not taking anything away from what Arkansas's got to play for, because I think 8 and 10 still gets you in regardless of Nashville. And right now you're at 6 and 10. Can't afford to lose anymore. I think 7 and 11. We like to talk about it, but I don't trust 7 and 11. So huge week for everybody. And listen, how many of these games have nothing on the line? Auburn, you could make a case, probably has a game, but they got to play Alabama at the end of this week. We thought no one would do better than 14, maybe 15 wins, and here's Auburn heading into the final week at 15 and 1. Wow, how impressive! So yeah, but yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, we still are under the impression, and Colton, I don't know if you agree on this, but we don't like Auburn to win the national championship.
I was thinking the same thing when y'all said it this morning, that eventually they'll run out of gas. I mean, I don't know if that's a very sustainable thing for them to just keep winning and doing it the way they've done it. They've got some lucky breaks here and there, and I don't trust Bruce Pearl to win it all. No.
This is going to sound stupid, but it's actually good they did lose a game, so they don't have the undefeated aspect hanging over them for however many weeks heading into not just Nashville, but the NCAA tournament. But I still believe that they are not going to win the national championship, as odd as that is, because I'm so high on Janai Broom and their entire team.
Good for them to beat Auburn on Saturday, Auburn to beat Alabama on Saturday, or
no? You need to lose that game.
Well, that's Senior Day. Pardon me, Senior Day. It's at home. It's the last home game for Auburn. Ooh. I
think Alabama beats them on Saturday,
really?
because I think Alabama's ticked off at how that game went in Tuscaloosa and Coleman, and I think that Alabama's going to do everything to spoil that said Senior Day you're talking about. And you mentioned Byington just said it there. Who's Vanderbilt play on Saturday? Because their last game in Memorial Gymnasium, and I know they play Nashville next week like every other SEC team.
They go to Athens.
Okay, but this is their last game tonight. So the significance of it, not just to kind of move up the seed line that you're talking about, but for this team that was picked so poorly preseason, and for some of these guys, and I know senior night doesn't mean as much because guys aren't there 4 or 5 years anymore like they used to be, but it's still a big moment for them. So Arkansas is going to have to bring it tonight. If they don't, then we could see a scenario like we saw in Columbia, South Carolina, which none of us want to happen at all. If you want to jump in here with us this morning, do so on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. They have served Arkansas for over 35 years. Tommy mentioned his Hawaii trip coming up. It's funny you mentioned that. Dan Orlovsky, I want to hear your take on this. This is Dan Orlovsky, ESPN college football and NFL analyst. He got chastised from his fellow co-workers at ESPN for flying coach. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Take a listen.
Hawaii was amazing. Yeah? I would go back on an absolute... Stop. Place I've ever been. Stop.
How'd you get there? How'd you get there?
Well, if
you got that vacation haircut.
Commercial. Road 37.
You flew your wife, Coach.
My wife,
from the East Coast.
my kids, my
From the
mother-in-law.
East Coast to Hawaii.
Yes.
Which is about 10 hours.
12 hours.
And Coach.
And on the way home, nonstop, red eye through the night. He's about saving money.
Stephen A. Smith, who you heard, all proceeds to walk off the set. But let's, first and foremost, Stephen A. makes a lot more money than Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Second, I don't have a problem. I've never flown first class in my entire life.
Either. I got bumped one time because they screwed up for like a 50-minute flight.
That doesn't.
Yeah, that's never enjoyed first class.
Maybe when I get older and things start to break down, physical ailments start to become more of a thing, that it'll bother me and I'll want to pay the extra. But I've never in my life thought, you know what, I'm going to pay the extra money to fly first class.
As you would like to, you get free drinks up there.
Yeah, but as you've taught me, you pay for those, and it's calculated. It's calculated.
It's free,
it's calculated. And listen, we've got people that listen all over.
Drink a lot to get even.
Yeah, we've got people that listen all over Arkansas, the United States, and all over the world that are in different financial categories than I am. But that's just never been something that I've ever even considered to purchase.
When I'm going to Scotland in a year, and I'm at least getting business class.
See, I wouldn't even do that because it's how much more? Like a couple grand more?
That's an 8-hour flight.
That's 8 hours is not bad. Hawaii's what, 12? Is that what it is?
Well, we're flying Dallas to Vegas, and then our longest stretch is 5.5 hours.
Here's my, in terms of the cheap, and most of my friends and family can verify this, like, I don't even pick out the seat when I go on a flight. I don't pay the extra $4 to pick out a seat. I just let American or Southwest or whoever now, because Southwest is doing the thing, do it for me, so I don't have to pay the additional $8 or $16 or whatever it is.
Southwest, you get to stand in line.
That's changing this year. Whenever that is enacted, that's changing.
I'm flying Southwest to Hawaii.
How long? I saw that.
I did pay the extra to get A1 through 15, so we will be first on board.
Okay. Then that would be worth it to do on, how much more was that?
I don't know.
Just swipe the card, worth it?
Yep.
Okay. I take the Dan Orlovsky approach. It seems like you do too. Colton, I'm assuming you take that approach too?
Flying Southwest, what does that tell you?
Well, I will say I do like the red eye. No stops, no connections in between. That's good. I want to be in and out. I don't want to have to stop and wait and get off and get onto another plane. I hate that.
Getting to the airport, with the exception of one time in Dallas to Tampa, I've never had any issue like getting there that early in the morning. Usually there's just not a lot of people there for the most part, depending on the days and whatnot.
Seriously? It's like 6 a.m. at Love Field or DFW is like the busiest time of the day. Little Rock, when I've flown out early out of Little Rock for X-Men, 6 a.m. is like 5 a.m. is busy.
Maybe I haven't gone to the right spot, so I guess you're taking the Orlovsky approach on it.
Well, I mean, I'm driving to Love Field to get one less connection. There is no nonstop on Southwest there. But
Jason Fort Smith says the best is first class international lay down beds and a 7-course meal.
You know how much those cost?
Was the father-in-law footing the bill, Chase, on that one?
Yeah. Scott, it's like $4,000, $5,000, depending on where you're going.
Scott says rather than do the Arkansas strip, he cites that we should do the Arkansas filet. I'm in favor of that. Anything Arkansas related in terms of beef, I'm in for. I'm cool with that, Scott.
But we're not a beef state. We're a poultry state. We're home of Tyson Foods.
Yeah. And the Arkansas Beef Council.
Yeah. But absolutely. But I think if we were going to name something after Arkansas,
the Arkansas chicken.
Yeah. Anyway. Maybe. Well, or are we a pork state? I think we're a beef state. We like it all. We like combo fajitas. That's what we like. Yeah. But we do know this. On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mother, they're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together, we bring more beef. It's What's for Dinner, funded by the beef farmers and ranchers of Arkansas and beef. It's whatsfordinner.com. I will have to say, though, if there was one final meal, or my favorite meal, it's got to be a ribeye steak on top of mashed potatoes. So
drizzled in some sort of sauce.
Well, a little butter garlic sauce or something. I mean, is there anything better than a bone-in ribeye?
I don't. I'd rather not have to worry about cutting it off the bone and whatever.
That's the best cut. Closer to the bone, sweeter the meat.
I like easy when it comes to that. Did you get a king cake for us, by the way? You mentioned that last week.
I forgot all about.
Might as well play this music. So you forgot a king cake?
Okay.
Oh, bummer. I haven't had one. The only time I
said you were watching your weight, so I just.
Yeah, well, my shorts are a little tighter than they used to be, which is a little concerning. So yeah, I guess that the king cake would probably be a situation where you want to avoid that. And so, what actually does it taste like? A king cake?
The cake. I mean, but the thing is, it's circle. And when you cut your slice, the little baby in there that they, which someone has to explain that part to me. But there's a little plastic baby in there, and you're the winner if you get the slice with the baby.
Good luck for the rest of the year if you get the baby.
Is that what it is? Good luck. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's too many. There's too many holidays and luck char, like the not the beaver. Why am I blanking on groundhog? If the groundhog sees a shower, we have more winter. And there's too many things you have to keep track of. Like, okay, this is this. This means that. This gives you this luck. This doesn't give you good luck. I guess I just need to keep them all written down or something like that. But yeah, the baby aspect is always funny on the king cake stuff.
We can talk about the SEC tournament. We're going to be at the Great American Conference tournament Thursday and Friday with a morning rush. Looking forward to being at Fort Smith Southside. The top 8 men's and women's teams of the Great American Conference from Arkansas and Oklahoma going to battle it out for their Division II automatic bid into their postseason tournament. Their regionals begin next week across the country, and we'll find out who the best teams are in the Great American Conference beginning this Thursday. The championship games are set for Sunday. All of the action is at Fort Smith Southside. If you want to see some great Division II basketball, you'll see it this week in Fort Smith. Get your tickets and more information, brackets, seating, and more at GreatAmericanConference.com. That's GreatAmericanConference.com, and we'll see you Thursday and Friday for the morning rush at Fort Smith Southside's arena for the Great American Conference tournament.
All right, when we come back, SEC update games on later tonight, plus some interesting news in terms of an injury for the Auburn Tigers. We'll share that with you next.
ESPN bracketologist Joe Lenardi here with my favorite #1 seed, the Morning Rush.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by 2 of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
How about those? This is the Morning Rush.
Taco Bell's new caliente sauce made with red jalapenos is the spicy side of Cantina chicken. But does that mean everything has a spicy side? Like your cactus plant. It's like your other plants, but spicy. Or your coworker who says they hate everyone who works here, but you work here. Or when you say, I don't mean to be rude, but you do mean to be rude. But now you can feed your spicy side with Caliente Cantina chicken from Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Big changes are coming. In order to serve you better, Metters Lumber is joining Ace Hardware. We will remain locally owned and operated so you can expect the same great service, but with lower pricing and better selection. We'll have exciting new brands to serve more of your needs. Come by and check out our deeply discounted merchandise as we make room for new products at Metters Lumber Company in Alma, Ozark in Clarksville.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
Are you using Facebook as your website? Here are 3 reasons why that's a bad idea. 1, not everyone has it, which means you're missing out on customers. 2, you're not in control, Facebook is. You can't customize the look or fully brand your page. 3, unless you pay for ads, your page isn't getting seen. Let the Modular Orange team help you own your space online with a fully custom website that's only $95 per month. Go to modularorange.com to find out how. That's modularorange.com.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Herod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Hey, Ty Richardson back at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria in downtown Fort Smith, here with Brooklyn, one of the new gals. Y'all have got a great special on Monday, Brooklyn.
Yes, we have our $3 domestic drafts, our Bud Lights, Miller Lights, Coors Light, Yingling, Shiner Bock, Michelob Ultra, some super cold mugs, and 10 wings for $8.95.
Come on by and see us at 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC buyers. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
The other piece of our defense, we were so aggressive and so physical. Today, we kind of backed up a little bit.
All right, that was John Calipari on courtside with Coach Cal with Chuck Barrett recently after the South Carolina loss, where Arkansas had one of its worst offensive performances, not just the season, but in the history of Cal's coaching and the basketball program. Surely they won't have a type of effort like that tonight. Defensively, I know he wasn't pleased with them either. That's kind of what he was talking about there. The Vanderbilt Commodores head in this game tonight, looking to close out senior night with a really, really good season. We played a clip earlier from Mark Byington, who should be up for Coach of the Year in this league, and how they've handled and conducted themselves. But Tommy, Arkansas, the last game of a triple header tonight, 9 o'clock start time here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com.
Percentage chance it starts on time on the SEC.
I think it's going to be like 9:07 or 9:10. So
odds of it starting by 9:10 on time.
Well, it'll start. It'll just
be okay on the correct television channel.
No shot. 1%. 1% of that actually happening on the tip. Here's what I don't understand. Help me understand this. The NFL at 12 o'clock, I have NFL games on my television.
Mm-hmm.
At 3 or 3:30, whenever they're scheduled, I have NFL games on my television. Why can't we figure this out in college sports? Why do they tell us, hey, the game's going to start at this time, and it starts 8, 9, 10 minutes later.
They don't allot for enough times, or enough time in the slot. They try to put a college basketball game in a 2-hour box, and it won't fit. It's a muffin top. It's boiling over. It won't fit.
Well, the first game tonight is Georgia at South Carolina, 5 o'clock Central. That game 6 o'clock in Columbia. LSU at Kentucky. Texas at Mississippi State, and then Auburn against Texas A&M. You want State to win or lose this game against Texas tonight? Not because it's Texas, but for you heading into this game on Saturday.
Probably want them to lose this game because it gives you a better opportunity to move up in the seeding for the conference tournament. Because if you win this one and one more, you're at 8 and 10. Let me go back here to had my standings up on my phone and I closed it out, but I think that would give you an opportunity. Plus, you'd have the tiebreaker. I think it gives you a better path. If I remember State's record right, and it is 8 and 8. So if they went 8 and 10 this week, you win both of yours. Tiebreaker over them. That's so you want them to lose.
Auburn takes.
You've already had the one over Texas. Texas is 5 and 11 heading into the ninth.
Mm-hmm.
The best they can do is 7 and 11. So you'll have them beat out. So, yeah, you want State to win that game.
Auburn takes on Texas A&M as well. A&M senior night. Denver Jones, one of Auburn's key pieces, is questionable for the game against the Aggies later on. That's the 8 o'clock game on ESPN. So the game before you is Texas at Mississippi State, the game we were just talking about. So
I said that back. We want Texas to win. We want State to lose twice this week.
Correct.
I think I said it backwards.
Correct, yep. Speaking of Texas, I don't know if you saw this, Tommy. They are raising their football season ticket prices by $13 per game next season. Chris Del Conte said that said that at the annual campus town hall. They were the only school, if I remember correctly, that made over $300 in revenue. I think Ohio State was second, and then A&M might have been third. And yet they're still bringing it up. So listen, I know people get frustrated and the changes within Bud Walton's reseeding or concession prices or everything else. And in some cases, I see it. I get frustrated too. But the other thing is, it's not happening here. That doesn't make it necessarily right, but it is not just something that's happening here in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
No, and unfortunately, for the last 2 years, every envelope we've opened with a bill inside has went up. Whether it's season tickets, whether it's insurance, whether it's groceries, whether it's your utility bills. And the problem with season tickets is they're not a necessity. They're a luxury that you hope to have. And, that's what makes it even harder to pay more for things that really don't go in the necessity bucket.
So let's say, back to basketball, let's say we're wrong about Auburn and Bruce Pearl, and Pearl ends up taking Janai Broome and the rest of the guys to a national championship game, and they end up winning. I mean, see on the Auburn, you put them on the same pedestal as like Pat Dye, Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas, Charles, because of a national championship in basketball, which has never been done in the history of the school, I don't believe.
I don't, but I'm not an Auburn Tiger. I don't think I'm the right one to ask. But things you get more nostalgic about time over time. Fish get bigger as you tell the story more. So maybe 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, and who knows what else is going to happen. He's taking the one Final Four. You put a title with that, maybe another one, and then you have a different conversation. But that's probably a better question for an Auburn man than me.
All right, that is your SEC update here on a Tuesday.
Brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. The NWA RV and Outdoor Show coming up April 12th and 13th. They're going to pair up with Moix RV and give you a great show with great discounts in Rogers behind Nukes on Pauline Whitaker Boulevard. We'll be telling you more about that as we get closer. Right now, you can still get by for great pricing, always top-notch service, and the lifetime warranty that comes with every new RV they sell at Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
All right, so right now my weather app in Fayetteville, 1 o'clock has rain, 2 o'clock sunny, and 3 o'clock looks good for first pitch at Baum Walker Stadium. Dave Van Horn got a chance to chat with the media yesterday after the Swatters Club. Here's what he said, audio courtesy of Pig Trail Nation.
Just by looking at the numbers and the box scores, they've been scoring a lot of runs. They've given up some runs, but they've scored a lot as well. And, you never know what you're going to run into here. You just don't know. So our thing is just to make sure our guys have good at-bats, play well. And it's still early in the year where guys are really fighting to get in that lineup. So there's a lot of competition, and guys are, even though it's midweek games, man, they're taking it serious.
So, we talked about with Arkansas basketball before how intense the practices are. In some cases, they might be more competition in practices, not necessarily this team because they haven't been able to fill a roster for the most part, but in years past under Muss. You think about some of the practices that Arkansas baseball goes through with the pitching and hitting. Mm-hmm. I would think that that's been the same way for a number of years with Dave's squad.
Elite stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to make it out of fall ball and still really have a spot on the team. Just making the team's a heck of an accomplishment. By the
way, I saw in the app Wednesday has Fayetteville as a 50% chance of snow. I don't know if which I found kind of odd. I'm sure. Flurry doesn't stick or anything because it's going to be a low of 32 degrees. But I saw that. I was like, Fayetteville in March, chance of snow.
Well, we've had snow in May before, but yeah, I did see that. But I think the afternoon, last time I looked, the afternoon forecast was still pretty good, and all the precipitation is going to be over before daylight. Yeah, at least from what I'm looking at now. Temperatures in the afternoon on Wednesday going to be in the mid 40s. It's going to be windy, but 45 degrees at 3 o'clock. So, shouldn't be any problem playing baseball tomorrow. Any snow, at least right now from the forecast I'm looking at, would happen in the midnight to 4 a.m. range.
You got Colin Fisher on the bump today and Ben Bybee tomorrow. So that's what's happening with Arkansas baseball against Louisiana Monroe these next 2 days. Back to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Andy Mountainhome texting in. These tip-off times are getting more ridiculous. 9 p.m., that's criminal. I know Andy's got to get up and work in the morning. It's only one time, but I don't understand the way or why the SEC is allowing this to happen. This is just they don't care. Tell me.
Listen, this is what ESPN wants to do. You're trying to get 3 games on TV. These are the games of consequence. You're trying to get your crews, set for postseason. But don't you? When you go to a Tuesday, Wednesday format, you want to get all these games on. I don't know what's on ESPN and ESPN2, but this is just part of trying to get every game on linear TV every night. You don't have enough room sometimes.
Titus wants
and you're past the point of buys, too, where teams are off. So when every team's playing, it's just like a Saturday. You just got a smaller window to put them in because you're not going to play games earlier in the day.
We've got a good CJ's Trivia Tuesday question coming up for Arkansas and Vanderbilt, so stay tuned for that in about 10 or 15 minutes. Titus texting in, I don't know what baseball team he follows in the MLB, but he says, if we can get every college game in football and basketball on television, then why can't we do that for the MLB? Yeah. Which is a fair argument that a lot of fans have. That are fans of MLB teams, it's like you're blacked out in this space, or it's frustrating for fans.
But you don't have every NFL game on TV unless you pay the premium for Sunday Ticket.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of don't pay the premium for it with the SEC Network Plus, but they're available too. Every game's available if you want to watch, any matchup in the SEC. You can pretty well do it with streaming TV.
I was just speaking to how cheap I am, but Red Zone is the expense that I pay for every single year, and I think it's worth it. The $12-13 it is when you pay for that.
But the full package is
it's what
$500 or $600.
That's a lot, Tommy. But no, I'm not paying that.
Brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, the #1 source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete in Northwest Arkansas. So whether you're pouring sidewalks and a driveway at your residence and maybe building a new home and you need help with the foundation, or you're bidding out road construction and big 5-lane highways and commercial projects, they can help you with that too. And they have construction consultant services that always keep your project right on track as well. You can ask about that. 479-587-3300. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
All right, we got another text from Josefa in Fort Smith that said there's a Major League Baseball equivalent of the Sunday ticket. I don't know how much that costs. I'm going to be honest, Josefa, I don't know anyone that actually pays for that. I haven't heard. Just at I think there's
if you have a team that's out of your market that you really want to watch, that's
the way you got the way you go about it and everything else. All right, we've got, again, our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question coming up in just a bit. And I've got one more thing I want to jump in on that Chad Ochocinco was talking about yesterday that I want to question Coleman Tommy on. I think it's pretty interesting.
Ochocinco. So, been a while since I've thought about him. Hey, Gaston's is the place to go. Spring break coming up. Also, summer vacations. Maybe you're starting to get the itch to make those plans. It is March now. It's hard to believe, but we are already into the third month of the year. 870-431-5202. Talk to Cheryl, Jacob, any of the crew there to get your perfect trip to Gaston set up for the summer. Right below the Bull Shoals Dam, which means if you're a lake person and you want to go to Bull Shoals to either fish on the lake or have recreation, it's right there, not far away. Plenty of places to park your boat if you want to bring your boat with you. Or if you want to fish on the White River, which is always the star of the show, the trophy browns and rainbows and the trout fishing, that's the place to do it, is at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
This is former Razorback Trey Wade, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by two of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one Baby Shad. The original Baby Shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original Baby Shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
I don't know why I keep coming in here every morning when I could be fishing. This is the Morning Rush.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. This is the best time of year to save on a great selection of road-ready certified used cars with warranty. Plus, act now and take advantage of $1,000 cash your way on select inventory for even more savings. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for fun-free contests and money-saving specials. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources in the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Hey, Tuesdays is a great day to stop by Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. I know everyone thinks tacos on Tuesday, Brooklyn, but you guys have taco pizzas on special as well, plus some special drink prices on Mexican beers.
Yes, we have our $1 off Mexican imports, $2 off margaritas, $1 off when wearing a Papa's t-shirt.
How many Papa's Pub t-shirts do you have?
Quite a bit right now in stock.
Come on by and see us at 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at GreatAmericanConference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Got a pest? Call West. If you have pest or termite problems in your home, call West today and learn how their 50 years combined experience can help solve your problems with competitive pricing and quality services, all designed with your pets and children in mind. Call today and schedule your free estimate. They even offer Saturday services and long life attic pest control. Call 782-7291. West Termite and Pest Control, protecting your home health and peace of mind.
Decisions aren't hard when no matter what you choose, you win. Like with Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 classic box with iconic favorites like a beefy 5-layer burrito, the $7 Supreme box with the chicken chalupa supreme and more. Or find new obsessions in the $9 Discovery box. Get yours at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Liv Moss.
How about them Cowboys?
Jimmy Johnson hanging up the microphone and headset after 31 years with Fox Sports. Made an announcement with Cal Hurd yesterday, and he's been a part of it for a long time. 1964 national champion with the Arkansas Razorbacks. I think 87 with Miami, and then also won 2 Super Bowls with the Cowboys in the 90s. So, again, 81 years old. Bruce was talking earlier. It's like gives him more time to fish. He is a resident of Miami, but I know that Kurt Menefee, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, and Terry Bradshaw are probably very sad to see him go because they got great chemistry on that show.
You don't retire from doing the show. You retire from the travel to get there, from the Keys to LA each week. You retire from all the prep, the phone calls, all the other things that go into building that out. You retire from the long days. I know it sounds like fun to sit there with those guys and watch football, but it's long days on Sunday, being in the studio for all of those games from 11 a.m. our time till, when their late window goes off. I mean, it's probably a 12-hour day almost on Sundays by the time you get there till the time you sign off. Then you got to travel back. So those are the things you retire from. Just the doing it, being on air. It's all the prep. Players don't retire from the games. They retire from practice and the off season and, the meeting rooms and the film study and those things. Well, same thing here with Jimmy. And you're 81. It's time to fully enjoy your retirement, as he's he's been around the game he's loved for 65, 70 years, however long it's been. I mean, go back. So just do the math.
Where's he from again?
It's a Bay City, Texas. He's a Texas guy. I may be getting the town wrong, but yeah, he's Texas. So down around Galveston, if I remember right.
Okay, Houston area. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Hey, Morning Rush brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custards. If you're craving something sweet and delicious, head over to Andy's Frozen Custards, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. 2 locations in Conway, also JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our Pick 6, where you can mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors for the perfect game time treat. That's Andy's Frozen Custards. Download their app as well. 2 locations in Conway, Fort Smith, and North Little Rock.
I'm ready for one of them Butcher Boys.
Yeah, CJ.
CJ's Butcher Boy, my God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
Now, Doug is a big guy. He couldn't even finish all of his, and I finished all mine.
Then he got the number 2, didn't he?
I did too.
Trust me, that is a burger to die for.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
All right, so back on January the 24th, 2017, one Arkansas player and Little Rock kid hit 3 clutch free throws to help defeat the Vanderbilt Commodores 71-70, and was subsequently flipped off by a Vanderbilt fan who actually met when I worked in Nashville, funny enough, proving he had ice in his veins. Who was that player? For a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burger gift card, call us, can't text us, call us at 877-377-6963. The player that helped beat Vanderbilt back in 2017 knocked down 3 straight free throws after being fouled right before the buzzer and had ice in his veins. You know who this is? Colton's shaking his head. Yeah. You don't know who this is? This is a pretty,
I guess, but
it's the Mike Anderson years. Pretty memorable moment. Unfortunately, that team didn't go as far as you actually wanted them to. But that is in terms of the memorial magic that they like to call it in Nashville, Tennessee. That's the magic that I remember against Vanderbilt and everything else. So hopefully we'll see a performance from a team later on tonight from a particular player. And hopefully someone scores more than 11 points. Colton, who we got on the line?
First up, we got first caller was Art and Rogers.
All right, Art. What is the answer to our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question?
Let's go with Dusty Hannes.
It's not Dusty. Dusty
that's
actually.
a good guess. That's who I would have guessed.
Dusty missed that sequence. So Dusty missed a 3-pointer, and then the ball got kicked out to this said player. It's one of Dusty's teammates. All right, who's next?
I believe this is Jordan.
Hey, Jordan. What's the answer to CJ's Trivia Tuesday question?
Was it Daryl Macon?
It was Daryl Macon.
Yeah.
There you go. Daryl Macon.
Dusty.
Let's go.
Yep, you got it. Hang on the line. We'll get your information. That was a wild last sequence for Arkansas in that basketball game. And Daryl's walking over with Trey Thompson, flashing the camera. He's got ice in his veins. But that was a fun victory for Arkansas. Every Tuesday we do this, CJ's Trivia Tuesday, an opportunity for you, the listener, to win a $25 gift card to the best burger and fry establishment in all of Arkansas. 2 great locations, the original on Arkansas Avenue, and then also in Fayetteville off Weddington. Keith's always trying to improve, so now they're doing fries and beef tallow. You need to try them. I'm a big fan of the fry sauce like Tommy is. It's an unbelievable addition to their already great menu, and they've been doing it for a while now. You can drink it by the gallon, honestly. That's CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. 2 great locations. Keith Wilson, big Hog fan. I know a lot of teams love to stop by and see him in Fayetteville. CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best. All right, I want to play this clip, and Tommy, you tell me what you think. This is Ocho Cinco. Like you mentioned, you hadn't heard this name in a while.
So 2 most difficult things in life are hitting the baseball and keeping a woman happy long term.
Do you agree with Chad Ocho
I
Cinco?
never tried to hit a baseball. I can attest the second part.
The second one?
As a man of nearly 21 years of marriage, is accurate.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
He made that comment, I think, yesterday on First Take, and I was just cracking up. But that's always like people who play different sports, and it's funny to hear professional athletes say, no, this is harder, no, this is harder. Hitting a golf ball or hitting a baseball or doing this on a football field or doing this on a basketball court. They have, obviously, their highest pinnacle of their sport being that they're professionals and everything, but it's funny how some think they can just automatically play the other sport without practicing or anything else. They just assume their athletic accomplishments will just suit them for whatever else they need on the other side.
I'm telling you, the more I try and the more I fail, the more I'm convinced that being great at golf is maybe the hardest thing in sports. I know some think that, it's not because they think about the weekends, but I'm going to tell you, there's so much going on there. But I can understand why people think hitting a baseball is. But I'm telling you, mastering, you can't, Tiger Woods can't even master the game of golf. You can't ever conquer that game. It may be the most difficult, frustrating, mind-bending sport there is.
I think I've never tried excessively to try to hit baseball unless it was one of Phil's meatballs that he throws over the plate. But I still think that the baseball would be the hardest thing to do at that level.
Hey, don't miss the Hot Tub sale going on right now when you can beat the winter blues at Burton Pools and Spas. Right now you can save up to $7,000 on Hot Springs Hot Tubs, the world's best-selling brand. Relax and enjoy more quality time with your family for as little as $50 a month. And say goodbye to the cold and hello to something warm and that hydrotherapy of a hot spring spa. Burton Pools and Spas, Springdale, Greenland, and in Fort Smith, and always online at burtonpools.com.
All right, that's going to do it for us here on this Tuesday. Arkansas baseball and basketball in action tonight. We'll have it here for you on most of these stations. For now, we hand the headsets and the mics to Phil Elson, Matt Jones. Halftime coming up next.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports